We're here at the University of Arizona Campus Arboretum. The Arboretum is a living collection of woody plants encompassing the entire University of Arizona campus. Today, we'll be going on an informative and meditative tree tour. This tour was designed to promote connection and awareness of the plants here on campus. In the human development discipline, there is a concept known as linked lives. This concept suggests that we are not individuals living out individual little lives in individual bubbles, but rather that the course of our lives cannot be separated out from our communities, our friends, our family, the place that we live. Today, I'd like to extend this concept of linked lives to the plants that are in our communities as well. The plants that surround us are living their whole lives next to us. They're breathing in as we breathe out, and they're breathing out so we can breathe in.
And this is in a very literal sense. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide through pores on their leaves or bark, and then breathe out oxygen. We do the very opposite, breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide.
The reality of our lives is that the breathing of plants and our breathing cannot be disentangled. That's about as linked as a life could get, right? So I designed this tour as a way for us to breathe together with 4 amazing pillars of our tree community here at the University of Arizona Campus Arboretum. When we arrive at each tree, I'll introduce you to them and tell you a little bit of their story. Then I'll pose a question to you, and we can take a few moments to sit in silence with the tree and the question. Let's get going. Our first stop is with the baobab tree, Adansonia zak. The baobab are a famous group of plants from Africa, Madagascar, and Australia. Ours is from northern Madagascar, where it's a beloved part of people's communities.
It is a useful plant, and every part of it is edible and medicinal. These trees can also hold thousands of gallons of water in their trunks, which they store for times of drought. Elephants often eat the bark of this tree when they can't find water anywhere else. They rely on baobabs.
My favorite fact about this tree is that in northern Madagascar, where it's from, it's believed to house ancestral spirits, and therefore a respectful greeting for this tree is to hug it. Who doesn't want to hug a big, smooth tree? I certainly want to.
This tree is a centerpiece of African communities, and it is also a cherished member of ours. This particular baobab was planted in honor of Libby Davison, the founding director of the Campus Arboretum. She was a centerpiece of the Tucson community through her work to nurture all the beautiful plants here on campus, so it is a fitting tribute to have a baobab growing in her honor. Additionally, this tree was recognized in 2024 by the Arizona Department of Forestry, Urban and Community Forestry Division as a state champion and magnificent tree. This award recognizes species that are unusually large, rare, or historic. People from across the state collect information and nominate their favorite trees by submitting an application to this program. After evaluating the application, the State Forester's Office determines whether they earn a title. Thanks to them, this baobab is now part of all of Arizona's community.
This tree is a centerpiece of any community that it's a part of. It gives food and medicine to people, and they in return give it respect and hugs, and they plant it in dedication of their beloved people. This tree gives water to elephants because it has enough to go around. So for the next few minutes, I'd like to ask you to think about who are the centerpieces of your community. Who can you turn to in times of drought? Our next stop is the European olive, Olea europaea. This olive grove was originally planted as an agricultural experiment to see if olives could be a viable crop in Arizona. Today, however, these plants are an icon of modern campus life.
These trees can thrive and yield fruit in poor soil without added nutrition. Because of their ease in growing and adaptability, they have given food to people for thousands of years.
These trees can live up to 600 years. Ours are only about 100 years old, so they still have a long way to go. Our question then is about time. These dear trees cannot get up and walk away when the going gets tough. They have to draw on their own inner resources in order to stay here for the next 500 years. So, what would change for you if you had to stay right where you are for the next 500 years? Or maybe just for the next hour? What inner resources could you call upon? Our next stop is the moringa tree, which could also be called the giving tree.
This is because every part of it is edible and highly nutritious.
This tree is native to India, and it was originally introduced to Arizona to help with eroded soils and disturbed areas. In India, every part of this tree is used medicinally or eaten. Even the oil extracted from the seeds is a powerful coagulant that can be used to clean water. This tree has something to give in every cell of its body, and its quick growth means that it can give and then bounce back quickly. Our question, conversely, is about receiving. This member of our community gives openly and generously, and I wonder how we feel when somebody gives like that to us. So my question for you is, how do you receive? Do you allow yourself to receive kindness? Remember, you can always come back to breathing with the tree.
Our final stop is the bujum tree, Phocaria columnaris. These wild and wonderful trees are native to Baja California and one mountain range in mainland Mexico in Sonora. This tree got its name, bujum, from Lewis Carroll's fantastical poem, The Hunting of the Snark. Godfrey Sykes of the Desert Laboratory in Tucson, Arizona, gave the bujum this name. In the wild, these trees can reach over 80 feet tall, so ours is still just a baby. In their natural environments, these trees take on many forms. The further inland they are, the more straight up and down they grow. However, the closer to the coast they get, the more wiggly and strange their form becomes. For me, this plant helps me see the magic in life. On days when my life feels routine and magicless, the boojum is a reminder that life is jam-packed with unexpected whimsy if I know where to look.
Our meditation question then is about whimsy and accepting ourselves for being the very ones that we are. If we can love and accept the boojum tree for all of its whimsy and weirdness, then I wonder if we can do the same thing for ourselves. So, as you sit here for the next few moments with me and breathe, I ask you to consider what whimsy inside of you is longing for your recognition, your acceptance, and your embrace. And with that, we've reached the end of our tour. Thanks for joining me today, and I encourage you to come and visit in person the tree you connected with the most here at the University of Arizona Campus Arboretum. Have a peaceful day.